Greetings, everyone. It's Crime Talk with Crin, and we are back with episode 18. I want to start off by saying welcome to all of my new subscribers. If you have not yet, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the video. Let me know what you think about the content. Let me know if there's anything that you would like me to look into, possibly discuss. I try to respond to most of the comments as often as I can. And so, if anybody has any suggestions, feel free to, leave me a comment. I've gotten a message about the Karen Reed trial. I'm probably going to check that out. Some great theories are in the chat. There's a couple things that I need to, look into for some follow up videos. Thank you, everyone. The channel is growing quickly, if I might add. Thank you, everyone. So, as we continue to grow and as I continue to pour into my channel, you'll get some on camera videos happening, a better sound quality. Thank you very much. So, that's going to come with time. And, as my channel continues to grow, I will, continue to make updates as I can. But without further ado, in this episode, we are going to talk about what happened to Jarvis Mcintyre. So last week, someone mentioned this story to me. I hadn't heard it. I never heard anything about it. Shortly after, I went online and I saw the missing persons flyer, and I shared it on my Instagram page, Crime Talk with Crin. Check it out. But yeah, so I shared it on my page, and made a mental note to get back to it. So I finally Googled it the other day, and I'm surprised because I've only found a handful of articles about it. And the first thing that I notice is that he's been found. Well, at least his body had been found. So why were there so few articles about it? Now, to be clear, I have not searched on YouTube yet. I wanted to make my video based off of the articles that were out there. And when I saw how few articles were out there, it made me want to make a video even more. So the reason that I'm making this episode today about Jarvis Mcintyre is to spread the word, to raise some awareness, so the family can get answers. So, if you also are not familiar with the story of Jarvis Mcintyre, here it is. So just this month, June of 2024, Jarvis leaves from St. Louis and he heads to Texas to visit his siblings to celebrate his birthday. Now, from what I understand, he left on a Thursday and was supposed to be returning on Sunday, ahead of his birthday, which was Monday, June 10th. So, he arrives on Thursday, June 6th. He's there Friday, June 7th. He's last seen on Saturday, June 8th. He was set to return home June 9th for his birthday, June 10th. So, now he's last seen on Saturday, June 8th, and that's when the story gets odd. It's not completely clear to me, but I'm going to tell you how I understand it. From what I read, early Saturday afternoon, Jarvis was spotted going for a run in John James Park. It has been reported that around this time, In the same general area, a man made a call to 911 saying that he was being chased by someone with a rifle. So the police arrive. They do not find the caller, the person with the rifle, or any witnesses. And so this is where I have to stop. Because it said that the police didn't find any witnesses, but then it also says that he was last spotted going for a run. So I'm wondering if the person who saw him going for a run saw him running and figured maybe he was out there exercising and didn't see anyone else, or was he out there exercising and then was later chased by someone with a rifle, and the person who saw him jogging or out for a run didn't see that part. Maybe the person saw him before the chase ensued. So that's the part that I'm unclear on, is whether he was out there for a jog or if someone saw him running and they just figured he was going for a jog in the park. Whatever the case, 5 days later, in the same area, Jarvis's body's found. His car is found very close by with his belongings in there, and his body's found at the park in a creek bed, is how it's been described. And Jarvis doesn't have a wallet, he doesn't have shoes on, he doesn't have a phone with him. But there's also no signs of foul play, according to law enforcement. The detectives do not suspect foul play, even though he made a call to 911 that he was being chased with a rifle. So all that tells me is that the person with the rifle did not use the rifle when or if he caught up to Jarvis. But how do you explain these being his last moments? How is it that articles can relay all of this information in one shot? That he was running at the park, he called 911, said someone was chasing him with a rifle, and then he was never seen alive again, and his body was found 5 days later, and you guys can say that you don't suspect foul play. How does that happen? So his rental car and other items were spotted 1 block away from John James Park. So this is why I question, whether or not, he did go for a jog. He's in an unfamiliar area, and he could have asked, like, hey, where's a good place to go for a run? I don't know, if that's something that he normally does. I don't know. Or he could have gone to the park to meet someone. So this is suggested by the brother of a man named Zachary, I think it's Leard. So Zachary was tragically unalived in early 2023. So February 21st, 2023 to be exact, nearly 2 miles from where Jarvis was found. And Zachary's brother thinks that dating apps were involved. It appears that both Zachary and Jarvis were part of the LGBT community, and so when you read the articles, you do hear that it is heavily suggested that that is why they were targeted. Now, obviously, I don't know. None of us know how his life ended, so I can't say if he was targeted or what happened, but at least Zachary's brother believes that there may be some connection between these young men and dating sites. So when I first heard the story, the first person that I thought of was Jelani Day. And even though Jelani Day was, in his familiar area, his story popped up into my head. And then when I heard about the 911 call, I thought of Ahmaud Arbery. And so there's no telling. There's no telling what went on here, but I'm inclined to believe that the person with the rifle knows more of this story than we do. And yes, for the record, I do believe that particular detail. So, unfortunately, that's all the details that we have. So, the initial autopsy was performed and it found no apparent cause or manner of death. Of course, they're going to do a toxicology report. We know how long that takes. But like I said earlier, the detectives do not suspect foul play. So my question is, let's say there's no crazy convoluted conspiracy, and that the details that we have are all the details that exist, and that Jarvis was going for a jog at the park. Someone saw him, didn't like the way he looked, and began to chase him with a rifle because maybe that's their thing. And Jarvis, maybe he was an avid runner, maybe he just, had speed, I don't know, and he evaded the person with the rifle and found a place to hide. And what if his heart stopped from the anxiety, the fear, the adrenaline, and who knows? Does that mean that he died of natural causes? I mean, what does that mean? If he died from being chased and wasn't murdered by the rifleman or rifle person, because they didn't say it was a man, I shouldn't do that. What does that mean? Does that equal no foul play if you're scared to death? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? I really hope that the family gets answers. Like I said, when I Googled Jarvis McIntyre, I got a handful of articles. And this is all the information that we have. Rest in peace to Jarvis McIntyre, also known as Cisco Mills. I hope the family, can find comfort within each other during this terrible, terrible time. Justice for Jarvis, justice for Jelani Day. His family still doesn't have answers. Justice for Zachary Leard. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. But that's it. That's the story. I'm going to be following this one as well. I don't anticipate getting a lot of information out of this one, but I am going to keep a close eye on it because this is a tragic event, and I know that myself and a lot of other channels will spend a lot of time talking about the Idaho 4. That is a huge case, and we're going to continue to talk about it, but I am open to suggestions and other cases to look at, and I do believe that all of these victims deserve, spotlight and media attention, and everyone doesn't get it. We just have to do our part to spread awareness. I hope that the family sees justice. Please share this video and help spread awareness. That's all I got.